Get ready to be jolted out of the ordinary and into a world where conversations are charged with intensity and facts. The Lightning Strike Talk Radio with your host, Mohammed Fahim, broadcasting live from the heart of the city on Chicago's Progressive Talk Radio, WCPT 820 AM. Welcome to a radio show that charges through the airwaves with an electricity like no other. Here's your host, Mohammed Fahim.
Good morning, Chicago, and welcome to a gloomy Sunday morning in Chicago today with rain out there, but we are going to be throwing some lightning bolts out there to brighten up your Sunday morning. Joining me in the studio again today, Ken DeLuke.
Howdy, folks.
And John Arena.
Good morning.
So, we're going to start off with this call for a ceasefire by the United Auto Workers. They have become the largest labor union now to advocate for a permanent ceasefire in the ongoing Israel-Hamas conflict. So, folks, if you have any questions, if you want to make any comments on that, feel free to call in. The number to call in is 773-763-9278. So the short truce that happened for, 6-7 days?
6 days, yeah.
Yep, and that truce basically is now no longer there. And the hostilities have started again. So United Auto Workers now, on Friday, the Region 9 Director, Brandon Mansilla, alongside the protesters on the fifth day of a hunger strike in front of the White House now, has called for an immediate ceasefire. So I don't know if anybody's going to be listening to that or not, John.
I don't know. It's a pretty big move by a union to kind of flex their power in this kind of global political way. So it's interesting to see how it'll play out, and if it was a leadership decision or how the members were brought into that conversation.
Well, it's the leadership is now calling for the ceasefire, and especially now with campaign season starting Monday, folks. Starting Monday, people are going to be filing for the upcoming elections. So if you have not paid attention to who's running for which office now, I think we need to start paying more and more attention, especially keeping in mind people like our good friend George DeSantis. Okay? Just think about it. I mean, a guy like George Santos makes it to the U.S. Congress and flexes his muscle and says, I'm not going to go. What are we looking at, man? We have got good people who want to run for office, but nobody bothers to pay any attention to doing some research on that. So start paying more attention, folks. Listening to the lightning strike is going to make you more educated.
It's interesting that vote, 111 Congress people voted to retain him, including Mike Johnson, the kind of Bible, thumping, do the right thing. Guy voting for a guy who stole money from another congressman and the congressman's mother by overcharging his credit card. It's like, what level of corruption do you need to hit before 111 of them go, no, we can't tolerate that? Well, I don't even know if there's a measure for that.
Here's the thing, John. When they have a leader like, the devil's advocate leading the party in the polls now. I'm told that Trump is still leading.
He's still, yeah.
So when you have somebody like that setting the standards, by that standard, George Santos is, poor guy. He didn't do anything.
Player, right?
He's just a big player by that standard, okay? So, folks, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, please feel to call in 773-763-9278. We are also going to be following up on the case of Eric, who is in prison in Iowa. We'll have some updates on what's happening with that and how screwed up our prison system is, not just in Iowa, but all over the country. How the prison industrial complex is milking the taxpayer dollars. $80 billion, John, is what is being spent every year on our prisons.